Have you ever felt uncertain about the promises made to you, wondering if they would ever come true? In Genesis 15, Abram wrestles with this very question, and what unfolds becomes one of the most defining moments in the story of faith. Abram's troubled heart. After his victory over the kings who captured Lot, Abram stood as a man of great respect. Yet, in the quiet of the night, his heart carried weighty doubts. He had land, wealth, and honor, but he did not have the one thing he longed for, most a child. Without an heir, all he possessed would pass to his servant Eliezer of Damascus. In the silence, the word of the Lord came to Abram. "Do not be afraid, Abram. I am your shield, your very great reward." But Abram, with honesty and vulnerability, responded, "Sovereign Lord, what can you give me, since I remain childless? You have given me no children, so a servant will inherit my estate." His heart revealed what he feared most, that God's promises would remain unfulfilled. The promise of an heir. Then the Lord spoke again, reshaping Abram's future with words that would echo across generations. "This man will not be your heir. A son who is your own flesh and blood will be your heir." The Lord then led Abram outside, under the vast night sky. Stars glimmered without number, stretching endlessly across the heavens. And the Lord declared, "Look up at the sky and count the stars, if indeed you can count them. So shall your offspring be." Abram looked upward, and though his eyes saw only the impossibility, his heart chose faith. The scriptures record Abram believed the Lord, and it was credited to him as righteousness. Here the foundation of faith was set not by sight, but by trust in God's word, promise of the land. Then the Lord reminded Abram, "I am the Lord, who brought you out of Ur of the Chaldeans, to give you this land to take possession of it." But Abram asked, "Sovereign Lord, how can I know that I will gain possession of it?" God's response was not a simple word of assurance, it was a covenant sealed in a way Abram would never forget. The covenant ceremony. The Lord instructed Abram to bring a heifer, a goat, a ram each 3 years old, along with a dove and a young pigeon. Abram obeyed, cutting the larger animals in half and arranging the pieces opposite each other. As he waited, birds of prey descended on the carcasses, but Abram drove them away. As the sun was setting, Abram fell into a deep sleep. Darkness and dread fell upon him, and in this vision the Lord revealed the future. "Know for certain that your descendants will be strangers in a country not their own. They will be enslaved and mistreated 400 years. But I will punish the nation they serve as slaves, and afterward they will come out with great possessions. You, however, will go to your ancestors in peace and be buried at a good old age. In the 4th generation, your descendants will return here." When night fully came, a smoking firepot and a blazing torch passed between the pieces. This was God himself sealing the covenant, a divine sign that his promise would never fail. The boundaries of the promise. On that day, the Lord made a covenant with Abram and said to your descendants, "I give this land, from the river of Egypt to the great river, the Euphrates, the land of the Kenites, the Kenizzites, the Cadmonites, the Hittites, the Perizzites, the Rephates, the Amorites, the Canaanites, the Girgashites, and the Jebusites." It was a promise vast beyond Abram's comprehension, a covenant that stretched from his lifetime to generations yet unborn. Reflection. Genesis 15 shows us the moment faith became righteousness. Abram did not yet see his heir, nor did he possess the land, but he trusted God's word. In the night sky filled with stars, the Lord painted a picture of a future far greater than Abram could imagine. But even with God's covenant sealed, Abram's story was not without struggle. In the very next chapter, doubt would again creep in, leading to decisions that carried lasting consequences. Join us in Genesis 16, where human impatience collides with divine promise.